Alright, today we're changing a track bar. The track bar on a Jeep goes from the frame, curves around your pumpkin here, and it connects to the axle. And what it does, it keeps the axle from going side to side. And that is a cause of death wobble. And since my daughter's going to be driving this, I don't want any association with the word death on this thing, of course. So, it's not really, it doesn't have the death wobble, but I'm going to, it's old. I've already replaced a bunch of parts on this. I'm going to go ahead and change that. There's an OEM equivalent Duralast one with a coupon for about $35. So let's get started. Alright, first thing you got to do is you got to remove the cotter pin from that nut, which I've already done. So that was kind of a pain. And then that nut is 3/4, so you put a 3/4 socket on it, use a breaker bar and pull. It's not too hard to get out. Then once you do that, you're going to have to use a fork to pop this out, and then unscrew this nut right here. And this is a flag nut. That means you hold on to this and it holds the nut in the back. If that breaks off, you just got to get a new nut. There's the castle nut right there. This thing makes it easy work. I've had this thing for years. This Milwaukee 12-volt 3/8 drive. There's a new version of it now, but this thing's been through heck and back, and it's never failed. Alright, now that we've got the castle nut, we need to take this one. That's a 15mm. I know the other one was 3/4 and SAE. This is metric. It's typical late 90s, 2000s Chrysler and Jeep products. They have mixed, so it is a pain. So we got to take this off. Alright, when you go to take this 15mm off, this flag nut, here's the part that's welded to the nut. This thing's going to go back and forth. Make sure you spray some penetrant or PB Blaster right up in there. Otherwise you'll break that nut off. Okay, once you remove the nut and the flag nut, see how it's welded on there? From here, that should pop down, which it just did. Okay. Now we got to do that. I think that's going to be the hard one. We're going to take an air hammer with a pickle fork on it, and we're going to put it right there and go. Alright, I used the air hammer, got it off so far, and I'm going to whack it with a hammer right here. Hopefully that'll pop out. Okay, it came out. It wasn't too bad, just a few whacks. There it is. This joint seems pretty tight. Like I say, this is probably good, but it's going to give me a peace of mind. So I don't want her driving this with any bad suspension components. And for about $35 for a new one, it's worth it. Okay, what we're going to use is an AutoZone Duralast DS1235 track bar. It's made in China. Most of the AutoZone suspension parts are actually made in the United States. I was disappointed to see that, but oh well, it's lifetime warranty. But seems to be made pretty well. Although this is kind of blurry, it was, as you see, I paid $34.49, if you can see that. I've covered this up due to my consult from EAP Security Services, who advised me not to show my location. Alright, I have removed it from the box. It is sealed on both ends. This is how you can tell it's never been tampered with. So when you get you one of these, look on both ends. It is still sealed. You know, you always want a brand new one. It popped through a little bit here, but that's just because that's pointed. It does come with a new castle nut, and there in here there's a new cotter key and grease fitting. All right, just for fun, we're going to measure this, see if the metal thickness. This is the original one at the neck here, 1.12, And the new one .10. Got the curve 1.05, and then the curve on this one 1.10. So that's close enough. The new one also comes with this protective little cover. So you take that. So if this cover's not on there, that means somebody tampered with it. So you take that off. That's the boot, and you can see it is greased from the factory. This is the new one. That is the old one. All right, look. This is the tip of the day. Don't GS your stuff. Clean the rust off of it. If you've got some bad threads, either get a new bolt, make sure you get the proper one, or I'm going to use this tap and die set and go over these threads and go over the threads inside of here to make sure that they're working properly. Put a little anti-seize stuff on there to keep it from sticking in the future. Again, don't GS your stuff. Make it look good. Make it easy to work on in the future, and if other people have to work on it, they will see that you did a quality job. Over it with the tap and die, and look at that. Very clean threads. No more are they boogered up. That little extra time, look how smooth that goes in. Very smooth, just like a brand new bolt. That's what you want. Just about 10 minutes worth of time, and you personally got a brand new system. Boat is now coated with anti-seize. To put the grease zerk, you can use a 9/32 socket. All right, we're finished. As you can see, booted up there good. We've got the nut on it, and the cotter pin comes around here. Fit perfectly, just like the original. So hope that helps.